Shemai McClendon, Stephen Mejia, Coach Casera. Coach, just open up with the statements.
You know, tough, hard-fought game. Certainly not as well executed as I would like. You know, a lot of things to learn from. I don't think we did everything we needed to do to execute down the stretch. We had some real defensive breakdowns the last 3 minutes of the game, 2 minutes of the game really, which really led to Florida Atlantic, you know, winning the game. So some things we have to work on. Obviously, you know, a lot of credit to Florida Atlantic. They found a way to come back and win, and they're a very good team, a very well-coached team. So, you know, again, a lot of credit to them. But we have to find a way to really execute down the stretch, and that's something that this team, you know, hasn't had a chance to do a lot, and we're going to have to do to find a way to win games.
Mo, how disappointing were those last couple minutes? I think we only had 7 field goals in the second half before that, and then on the last 6 trips, as you know, they scored. How disappointing is it to see how well they played in the first 60 minutes and then end it like that?
Yeah, Jerry, it was frustrating. You know, again, I'll have to go back and watch the film. You know, sometimes in the end of the game, you know, I can't really see exactly what happened, but we got a little lackadaisical on defense. You know, again, it wasn't that we weren't trying; it's just that we didn't execute. You know, they executed better than we did, and they got some wide open shots and they made them count. You know, it's something that we clearly have got to do a better job of finding a way to defend down the stretch.
Coach, 30% shooting from the field today, 26.5 in the second half. Was it just bad shot selection, or just wasn't your night?
You know, I don't know. We seem to, you know, you look at some of the shooting lines of some of our guys, and we just seem to not be able to make some easy shots around the basket, and I'm not really quite sure what that is. Sometimes it's physical, sometimes it's mental. I think right now it's a little mental for us. I think we're just missing a lot of easy shots. We certainly had pretty good legs tonight. We were able to get some rest the last couple days, but you know, we weren't able to execute, and that's something we really got to work on, our offensive execution. You know, when shots aren't falling for us, we've got to find a way to make sure that we, get to the free throw line, which we did tonight. Shot free throws very well. We just weren't able to really get stops.
Is it, he's using a word again, was it doubly frustrating, given how well you guys played on the boards? You had 20 offensive boards and 22 defensive. I mean, the other night it took you until 7 minutes left to get an offensive board. Is it doubly frustrating to lose on a night like that when you have an effort like that?
Yeah, that's a game we really should have won, Jerry. You know, it's a game we should have won. We didn't. We had a lot of careless turnovers, a lot of just lackadaisical play, and you know, something we got to get better at. You know, we've got to continue to learn. I told the guys in the locker room, we've got to find a way now to bounce back. We've got to find a way to learn from some of the things we didn't do well.
For any of the 3 guys sitting here, is there added pressure on you when, say, a guy like Nathaniel doesn't have a great shooting night like he did, or is it just natural? Mike?
You ask that question again?
Is there any added pressure on you guys when, you know, a guy like Nat doesn't have the best shooting night like he did tonight?
I don't know. I just think that we just got to make a step up and make shots. You know, when things aren't, well, he got some rebounds, but I just think, like, we just got to step up and make shots. That's the bottom line.
Shemai, it seems like your confidence when you come in just keeps growing and growing. I mean, you come in, you take some big shots in the last 2-3 minutes. It seems like you're very comfortable actually taking these big free throws and just big shots at the end. I mean, just kind of tell us about your growth here in the last year, few months, to kind of be able to play at this high level as just a sophomore, early in your sophomore year.
Well, I've just been doing a lot of maturing, you know, listening to the coaches, not talking back and stuff as much like that. Just trying to grow up, so I'm playing with more confidence now.
Shemai, did you think the shot counted?
I knew it didn't count.
Coach, talk about your bench play, in particular Shemai. He had 30 minutes, 12 points. What you see from him tonight?
You know, he's continuing to do some really good things. You know, he knows that there's still some things he can improve on, and I think one thing that he touched on is a great point. He's learning and he's listening, and that's something that, you know, as he keeps doing that, he's certainly got all the talent in the world to really help us win games. And we've had to go small the last couple games, especially down the stretch, and play really essentially 4 guards. So he's got to play a bigger guy sometimes, got to play a quicker guy sometimes, and you know, he'll continue to improve.
Mo, you subbed right away, about a minute and a half in, which is unusual, at least so far this season. Was that by design, or did you see something, necessity that you wanted to do?
Yeah, I jumped on Mike because I thought he had a defensive breakdown, and you know, sometimes you do that as a coach to try to, you know, take essentially your best player, try to set the tone that way, and we had a couple defensive breakdowns. Really, if we go back and look at a lot of the things that we didn't do well, they're pretty correctable things.
Coach, offensively, I think 6 assists as a team against St. Francis, I believe was the number. Tonight 7, and something you pointed out after the St. Francis game. I think your assist numbers were pretty good against, as a team, Oregon State and LIU. Can you kind of put your finger on it? Are you shooting off the first pass maybe too much again?
Yeah, it is. Our offensive continuity is not great right now. You know, it's just not. It's not great. We're forcing a little bit. We're struggling a little bit. And you know what happens when you're not making shots? Sometimes we get some good looks. We just, you know, then you get a little tighter. And unfortunately, we got to get those assist numbers up if we want to be able to compete, you know, within our league.
You talked about going small, and on the positive side, from my perspective, I thought your big man played very well. I don't know what his name is, number 13?
31.
31. You're 31, yeah. Particularly since last game you seemed to be experimenting with a 3-guard offense, and you want to throw Nathaniel in because of his versatility, almost a 4-guard offense. I would assume you really need a good big man, and I thought there was some good news there for him.
Yeah, no, Musa's continuing to develop. I thought he really gave us a great presence on defense in the first half. He got some great rebounds. You know, gave us 18 minutes tonight, and he continues to develop. He has, you know, real flashes of doing some things well. I thought we did a pretty good job trying to throw the ball in the post a little bit early on tonight. So he's a work in progress, but he's certainly getting better every day.
Well, I think when you get into the CA, at least from past years, Hofstra's always had a problem with big men. Even with Washington last year, the club just seemed to be getting hurt inside.
Yeah, we're working on that. I mean, it's certainly something that we're going to continue to, you know, try to develop.
Coach, go ahead. Mike, did the last play develop how you wanted it to on the baseline? And B, were you hurt at the end, or were you just frustrated early on the floor at the end?
Which player? You
Oh, the very last play of the game. On the baseline? Did you pass the net?
Oh, that's a play Coach drew up.
Yeah. I just want to know, did it develop like you guys wanted to, and did it kind of...
Well, you know, Nat's not a quarterback, but
Right.
it wasn't like on the, you know, on the money how, you know, but, you know, that's what happens, but, you know, we almost had a good shot with my age, so it almost worked out.
Were you hurt at the end, or just frustrated?
Yeah, I'm okay. I just hit my neck a little bit in the collision.
Coach, 3 games in 3 days coming up. From a conditioning and depth standpoint, kind of looking at this as sort of a prep run for what the schedule is going to be like in the CA tournament.
Yeah, we have a real challenging week. I mean, you know, we play a, you know, good very good Florida Atlantic team tonight. We have to go play Rhode Island, you know, borderline top 25 team in Cleveland State, 25th in a couple polls, and then team in BU who's picked to win their league. So we've got 3 real challenging games this weekend. And it's going to be a physical challenge for us, but I think it's going to be a real mental challenge for us. How do we bounce back, and how do we learn from this? And that's something that, you know, we talk about a lot, and it's something that's going to help us improve.
Stevie and Mike, as the captains of this team, what are you going to tell the guys moving forward?
You know, just bounce back. You know, adversity. Like last year, you know, we went on some stretches when we lost a game, but we were able to bounce back and reel a couple off, like at least 3 in a row. To lose 1, to lose 2, we bounce back and win 3. So we got a great opportunity this weekend, 3 good teams. So you know, we're just gonna have to work on it in practice.
Steve?
Yeah, definitely. What just Mike said, we just got to bounce back. And you know, I'm just gonna say that I felt like those 3 last plays were kind of my fault when I was there. You know what I'm saying? Felt like I gotta talk to my teammates more and do better communication on defense. Those 3 last plays, I was involved in all 3 of them when they made the shot. So we gotta talk and we gotta do a better job.
Steve, it feels like this is a particularly big week for you, talking about the team assist numbers and trying to move the ball, and of course you're taking out Rhode Island, and you know, I'm sure just you'll be very up for that game. Just kind of the general, seems like just a big week for you to kind of yourself individually and kind of taking over the team here as a leader here.
Yeah, it definitely is. It's just a big weekend. I just want to win at the end of the day. We go down and just win those 3 games and keep moving forward, just getting better as a team.
My 1 for 4 in the last game, no shots in the first half. Tonight you were 3 for 3, 6 quick points. Are you aware of how important the offense needs you for that, a quick start?
Last game in the past, just wasn't really involved. This time just came in more aggressive, and good things happened.
Mo, is there anything you learned last year in Puerto Rico that you can try and apply this week, this weekend, to ensure a more successful trip, or anything you guys can, that you learned last year that you can try and correct maybe, or just apply?
Yeah, I think a little bit. I mean, I think certainly you can't, we came out of Puerto Rico last year 0-3, and then we rattled off, 21 of the next, help me with the math, Jerry.
27.
There you go, 21 of the next 27. So, we can't let one loss affect our whole season, or a couple losses. And this team, still has a lot of pieces that haven't played together, and that's evident offensively. We're not quite clicking all on the same cylinders, and that will come. Offensive continuity will come. We haven't had a lot of time to practice with the long, last week a lot of travel. This week so I'm looking forward to getting back from this tournament next week and having really a full week to get ready for our first CAA game next Saturday.
Coach, no fast break points. If you continue to go with a smaller lineup, speedier lineup, how important is that going to be for this team's offense?
We've got to get the ball off the floor. We had some good opportunities tonight. I think we just missed a bunch of shots in transition, but we've got to continue to push the ball off the floor. I think Mike and Nat and Shemaya, I think those three guys are really talented in the wing. They can all really score. Some shots didn't go in tonight, but we've got to continue to push the ball and get some easy baskets, take the pressure off our defense a little bit.
Take two more. Stevie, offensively, did you feel that this was your best performance? I know obviously like to have the win, but you hit some big shots. Did you feel like this was a game where you were able to shake some of the rust off, shooting-wise?
Yeah, definitely. I just felt a little more comfortable out there. It's the fourth game, so I feel a lot comfortable out there. Still got to get my guys open shots, you know what I'm saying, get them more assists, but I think that'll come when we play more together.
Shemai, as your career progresses, do you feel like you want the ball in your hands later on in games?
Yeah.
Anybody else? Yep.
I see three guys up there with their heads hanging, and I just want to tell you three guys that at least where I was, we were commenting on how positive the team looks. I think the team's got great potential. We got right in the front where we were discussing that, and I think you guys are going to go.
We're going to keep working on it. We're not going to give up. It's early. Thank you for that. I appreciate it. Happy Thanksgiving. Thanks, everybody.